Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Digi Daily. I'm your host Xanaxdu, and man, we gotta talk about this right now. So, the Digimon X3. As of recording this, there has been no further updates as far as the look of the device and the roster. We'll probably not figure that out, or at least find that out until probably, I don't know, a couple weeks from now. Nah, I'll give it a couple days. Maybe even after I film this episode, it'll probably be tonight, knowing my luck. But anyway, let's talk about the Digimon X3. So, it was already kind of like soft announced, word got around, people started talking about it, but then later on in the day, they fully showed off a, what's the word? I guess a teaser of the actual device itself. And, well, first of all, Cinnabali totally called it. They were talking about it on Twitter, and Cinnabali was like, yeah, it's probably going to be another Royal Knight device, because that's just kind of what Bandai does. And I was like, oh, I really hope not. I hope it's going to be like something new, something different. And lo and behold, the theme of the Digimon X3 is indeed Royal Knights versus Demon Lords. So, the first device was really, it wasn't too Royal Knight heavy, but it had quite a bit. The second device definitely focusing on the Demon Lords. The third device, it's going to be Demon Lords versus Royal Knights. Now, I don't know if, like, I don't think there's going to be any Royal Knights on here. I'm sorry, I don't think there's going to be any Demon Lords on the X3. I think the X3 is going to just be mostly Royal Knights, because there's a lot of Royal Knights we still haven't been able to raise, and a lot of them don't have X anybody forms yet. So we have like Genkumon, Examon, which I really want to raise an Examon X. And I think like, what's his name? It's not Leomon or Leopardmon. It's the, you know what I mean? He's one of my favorites, and I always forget his name. He's the one with the red Pierre. He doesn't have X anybody form. So there are a few that don't have forms yet. So it seems like it's going to definitely be more focus on them. And the two, All Force Digimon, I don't believe has an X anybody form. No, he does. I'm wrong. He totally does. So All Force Digimon has one. I don't know who else. Magnamon doesn't have one. Or does he? No, wait, I think he does too. Jesus! Who doesn't have X anybody form at this point? I think it's literally only like 3 of the Royal Knights that don't have one yet. But the colors are going to be the X3 Yellow, which we don't have a picture of yet, and the X3 Blue, which again, as of this recording, no picture of that yet. Now, they did say that this is the final battle in the X series, so this is probably going to be the last X Digimon VPET that we get. And the next VPET will either be A, something brand new, or B, something like the X where it's like familiar, but not really. I don't know. I really do hope that the next device is going to be something like way different. Like it's going to be a VPET, but like new shell, new Digimon, hopefully a bigger screen, maybe even a backlight. I don't know. Something new though, hopefully. I mean, not that the X isn't new. It's new-ish. I want new. You know what I mean? But we don't know any ideas of like you know, because like the VPET X, the X1, this version is themed after Wargreymon X. Whoops, gotcha. This one's themed after Wargreymon X. The blue one is Metal Garurumon X. The red X2 is Daemon. The purple one is Loosemon X. So I don't know who yellow and blue are gonna be, but I guess that they're going to be Royal Knights, because that seems to be the theme here. I've seen some people guess, Cinnabali guessed, or no, someone guessed, it wasn't Cinnabali, it was someone else. They guessed that yellow might be Magnamon X, blue might be All Force Digimon X. I like that idea. You know, I've heard a bunch of different things. Now, I am a little disappointed that there's no green device. I really want another, you know, we haven't had a green device in years. I'd really like a green device, but I just guess it's just not in the cards. Yellow sounds interesting. Blue also sounds really interesting, although we already had a blue device already, the white and blue. So I wonder what this blue is going to be. Is it going to be transparent? Is it going to be solid, opaque? Is it going to be a mixture of both? No idea yet. Pre-orders, I believe, open up on the 20th of next month. That is extremely, extremely soon. They are just, like, shooting these out as quickly as they can. But then again, I mean, I think they're just testing to see, like, okay, like, you know, if we drop one right now, will they care? The answer is going to be a resounding yes, but, you know, we'll find out for sure once that roster comes out. That's what I'm most interested in, because the roster is going to determine which one I pre-order first, or if I get both. Because I wanted to get both of the X2. Might not happen, though. But I definitely did get the red one. So, we'll see. Something else I thought was interesting. We're getting yellow and blue for the X3 and the Digimon 20th. These, you know, the English release got 2 specific exclusive colors, which was the yellow and the blue. So I find that funny. I will laugh so hard if they use these shells, like this yellow shell, and just paint an X on it and use the blue shell that we already have. That'd be hilarious. Really cheap, but hilarious. And we will all complain, but we'll all be there 6 months later with one of them in our hands, or at least most of us will. But yeah, that's really all I can say, because that's all we know. We don't know much of anything else as far as when they're going to come out. I'm going to guess sometime maybe in near summer of 2020, or maybe even, I don't know, February. I don't know. But we don't know anything else as far as the Digimon that are going to be on there, and you know, if it's going to be available in the US. I doubt it's a Premium Bandai item. It'll definitely be on the American Premium Bandai site, but I don't think it's going to get like a wide release in America or in Japan. It's a Premium Bandai device, just like the past 2 or 3. Really, the past devices, period. I think this is the only device we've gotten as like a regular release. But that's kind of it. Like, if you want to see them, just so you know I'm not like, I don't know, punking you guys or something, here is our puppet boys. They're still here, waiting on them to evolve. They're doing well. They're slightly hungry, but that's really it. They're fine. I've already done the required battles. I don't need to do any more. So I won't do any battles today, just because I'm tired. If I'm being honest, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's it. I wish there was more. I want to know the roster like right now, because you know, if we're gonna have another Royal Knight centric device, I would like to know exactly who's gonna be in there. I'm hoping for Genkumon and Examon for sure. I need another All-Force Vidramon. I can't get enough of that guy. He's such a cool design. I really like it. So I wouldn't mind getting another one, especially being able to raise the X version. Alphamon Oryuken. We haven't seen him since the Pendulum 20th, so I'd like to see him again, even though sometimes I hate doubles, but like, you know, I don't know. It's an interesting device, especially, you know, yellow, kind of like gold, so maybe they'll put him in that one. I don't know. I want to see Genkumon X if they'll do that. I'm pretty sure, because if it's going to be Royal Knights versus Demon Lords, all the Demon Lords currently have X antibody forms, so if they gotta fight fire with fire, they need X antibodies too. Yeah, and we still don't know lore-wise what's going on in the old digital world. All they said was that this is going to be the final battle, so I'm going to assume that at the end of the X2 storyline, there's going to be some kind of shift in power where the Demon Lords have the upper hand, but then the Royal Knights show up and are like, hey, stop this! And then that's kind of like leading up into the X3. So that's interesting. But, yeah, that's it. I want to see more Royal Knights. I'm a little slightly disappointed we're getting like another Royal Knight-centric device. There's so many other Digimon out there that haven't gotten their time to shine yet. So for the Royal Knights to kind of show up, it's a little annoying. You know, we got like, there's about how many? 3 on here. There's Omnimon, Examon, and Alphamon on this device as far as Royal Knights go. And then on the 20th, there's Alphamon Oryuken. There's Omnimon again, of course. There's Jessmon. Oh, there's Jessmon on here too. I forgot that. Jessmon, if you count the Wave 2s. There's, of course, All Force Digimon, but I don't mind that. He doesn't get shown off a lot. Who else is on this device? That's a Royal Knight. I don't know. There's a lot of Royal Knights on this one for sure. There was Craniumon, Kentaurismon, Omnimon, Jessmon. Oh, I think that's it. That might be it. But still, that's, you know, I feel like that's enough. You don't need every single Royal Knight, you know, on a device. Although, if the X3s have every single Royal Knight, you know, in their X form as raisable Digimon, that would kind of be that'd be pretty hype. That wouldn't be kind of be hype. That would be super hype. But I don't know how they would like work that out, considering the fact that most Royal Knights, if not practically all of them, are megas. So like it would just be like, you know, like that's a lot of megas. There's 13, 14 Royal Knights now. There's an average of like, I don't know, 6 or 7 megas and maybe 4 super megas. That seems to be the pattern. I mean, maybe some of them can be relegated to super mega, the rest will be mega, and then, you know, they'll split them between both devices. Maybe that's how they're going to do it. I just hope the rookies and the ultimates and the champions, it's something new that we haven't seen before. Kind of like the curveball they threw at us with the X2 with the hybrid Digimon, the ancient Digimon from Frontier. Something like that. You know, something we haven't seen in a while, something that, like, you know, we haven't been able to raise before, something interesting, you know? I'm waiting for that. But I'm still excited. Still gonna get the X2, of course. I gotta show off on the channel. And plus, I really have been enjoying the X devices. The X1, even though I'm not running it anymore, I really enjoyed it. I ran it for a pretty long time. I want to say like a month and a half, maybe. And I got almost every single Digimon on there. And even though the roster isn't as huge as the 20th devices, I still think it's a really fun device. Just because of the level mechanic, the way they handle the counting, the way they handle unlocking Digimon in general, and the quest mode. They're all really fun. And also, of course, the random events in the morning. While annoying, in a sense, it's also really fun. I do wish that, like, you know, certain Digimon weren't relegated to only be unlocked if you fight them during that thing, because it's kind of random. But other than that, like, it is a fun idea. I do think it's a fun device. Again, not as crazy as the 20ths, but as a new device in and of itself, I quite enjoy it. I think it's a really fun device. So if you're on the fence about getting one of them, if you haven't gotten the X2, I'm hearing they're still on Nippon Yosan, so I hop on that as soon as possible. But if you completely miss the boat, then I would just, like, you know, take your time, save up some money, and get an X3. If you really want to get into the X series of Digimon pets, because the X3 is going to be the cheapest one to get, because it's going to be, you know, a pre-order. It's going to still be up for pre-order by the time, you know, you're done saving up money. Hopefully it doesn't sell out as quickly as the X2s have, but the X2s, they still actually kind of added more stock, so that's good. But I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just a little rant and ramble, talking about the X stuff. Hopefully this doesn't completely get washed over by some news tonight, and then I'll have to record more footage and correct myself, because if I don't, everyone's going to be in the comments going, what are you talking about? We already know the roster and the colors and X, Y, and Z. I don't know any of that yet. But I wish I did, because I really want to know. But I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully our Puppet Boys will evolve tomorrow. We'll have some really cool megas for you guys. We'll have... Well, we already have a Dark Master. We'll have another one. Ooh. Peace.